Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. How are you all? I am your English teacher from the Maryland High School. Today I am here with the new topic of the grammar, which is a dialogue. First of all, it's a very necessary to think about and the focus then what is a dialogue and how we can definite it a dialogue. Dialogue, basically, what's the meaning of the dialogue? The meaning of the dialogue is the conversation between two persons on any topic. Another thing that is most important, only dialogue, which means only a conversation between two persons, not more than two. No, it's incorrect. It's a conversation between two persons. It's a conversation between two and a more person, but not one person. So we can say that dialogue, the definition, the correct definition of the dialogue is a conversation between two persons. Dialogue, which means a conversation between two persons. If we differentiate this word dialogue, just for example, if we separate it, di and log, this is the combination of the two words. Apparently it seems like a one word, but dialogue is the combination of the two words. If we separate these two words and just focus and just to individualize, then what's the meaning? Di, which means two, log, which means conversation. So if we differentiate this one first one word into the two parts, then the definition automatically becomes and appears in front of us, a conversation between two persons, because di means two and the log means conversation. This is the basic definition of the dialogue. Just for example, two friends are sitting and just want to talk about the study of their science subject, of their art subject. When they talk about the on particular topic, on any topic with each other, then we can say that they are making a dialogue. So here, if we talk about the features, the patterns of the dialogue, so we have to focus and we have to keep it in our mind, some points, few most important features, and while writing these features we can easily make a dialogue in a very correct form. The first feature, the first thing and the first point, and we have to keep it in our mind and we have to follow and should be follow. In the first point is that a dialogue should be written in simple English. What is the meaning of this line? Should be written in simple English, which means that just to ignore, just to detect the most authentic words, most authentic and the difficult vocabulary and the most difficult and the prominent tenses, just to focus on that dialogue, which means that a common conversation. So just for the common conversation, it's not necessary to put the most difficult words, most difficult vocabulary. Just to focus on, if we want to write a dialogue on any topic, just to focus on it in a simple English. Simple English, just for which means that a daily routine life we use some words to communicate. Then it's called a simple English language in a daily routine life. Just for example, I call my friend just to ask about what are you doing. The next person replies that I'm going to visit some hill station, I'm going to perform some daily routine life activities. Then this is called a conversation. This is called a daily routine life conversation. So this one is just for the daily routine like communication, we just use the simple English language. Same in the dialogue writing, we just must focus only the simple English language, not to write a tough one vocabulary, not to write a tough English language, the second point is that we have to follow. The dialogue must be, dialogues should or must be lifelike. Lifelike, this one is a new word, lifelike. What is the meaning of the lifelike? Lifelike, which means that very close to the reality, very realistic thing. Then dialogue, which means the communication, which means that you have to focus that your dialogue seems like a very realistic, is very close to your reality. It seems like that if you are writing, if you want to write a dialogue, then it seems like a two friends, if you want to write a dialogue between two friends on any topic, any particular topic, then it seems like that these are two persons sitting behind with each other and just talking with each other on any topic and participating in a discussion. Then you can say that dialogue should be lifelike, which means should be close to the reality and very realistic, in a very realistic form. The third point is that use of the contraction. Use of the contraction. I already discussed about a contraction in a very detailed form. Then what is a contraction? I am going to repeat it. What is a contraction? Contraction, which means just to contract your word, just to precise your sentence, just to precise your word, your statement. If you want to write in a shorter form, then you can use the contraction. Contraction means that just to precise your word, just to contract your word and just to write in a shorter way. Then you can say that the contraction. Contraction, why is it necessary to use the contraction in the dialogues? Because dialogues must be written in a shortest sentences. Long sentences doesn't make your dialogue most impressive and not sound good. So that's why we use the contraction, just to create a very effective sense of sentences. So that's why we use the contraction. How can we use the contraction? Any example? Yes, just for example, if you want to write, I do not perform in any game very well. Just for example, it's a long sentence. Long sentence, but it's a proper sentence. But I do not perform. Just to short your sentence, just to precise your statement, you must use and you have to use the contraction just to put don't instead of do not. Here this one is a contraction and you can make your sentence very precise in a very shortest way. Just for example, if you want to use the I, you can use instead of the I am. I am is the contraction. This one is the most important point. Then you have to write while writing a dialogue. The fourth point is that the use of punctuation mark. Punctuation marks. Now the question is arised, what is the meaning of the punctuation and what is the exact definition of the punctuation mark? Just for example, punctuation mark, when we talk to each other, then there are so many reasons we have to explain. Sometimes we ask a question, sometimes we show our wonder, our happiness, just to show our happiness, our wonder, our most important points, just to ask a question, we use the punctuation marks. And we have the different punctuation mark for the different category. If we want to ask a question, then we use the question mark as a punctuation mark. But if we want to complete our statement, just we have to put full stop as a punctuation mark. But just for example, if we add a quotation, if we add some important words, then we have to write in the inverted commas. This one is as well called the punctuation mark. And if you want to show your wonder, your happiness, your joyness, then you can put the explanatory sign at the end of your statement. These are the points is called the punctuation mark. And it is a very, this one is a very famous that half of your words in the dialogue writing, half of your words speak, but half of your punctuation marks speak in the dialogue. Because without the punctuation mark, you can't show your expression, and it's very necessary to show your expression while writing, and very go to the close to the reality. It's necessary to put the punctuation mark because it presents your dialogue very real. It presents your dialogue that you are talking with each other in a same room, and you are sitting in the same room and you are sitting behind with each other. So that's why the use of the punctuation marks is very important and the necessary. For fifth one point is just to for the dialogue writing, it is necessary to make a dialogue most impressive, most effective, and just for to make your dialogue most impressive, most effective is a very necessary to have proper start, middle and end. Now what is the meaning of this line? Proper start, proper middle, proper end. Because sometimes we just start our dialogue in a very correct form, but in the middle we just take a side from our topic, from our real topic, and just to start another topic, another conversation. This one is a wrong one. You have to start, if you want to write a dialogue on a specific topic, it's your responsibility to write a proper dialogue with a proper start, middle and end, and make your dialogue most impressive, most effective. Because without the proper start, middle and end, you can't make your dialogue most appropriate. So just for to create and just to write about a dialogue, how can we write an appropriate dialogue and in a very correct form? So first of all, that one thing that you have to keep it in a mind, that write in a very simple language, just like a daily routine life language. Just it seems like that we are talking with each other and we are sitting in front of with each other and we are sitting in the same room. That's why we make our dialogue most impressive. The second thing is that the dialogue should be very close to the reality and should be seem to be very realistic, look like very close to the reality. Second, the third thing, the use of the contraction. Now the question is arised, why is it necessary to use the contraction? Because the contraction is most important, just to contract, just to precise and make your sentences, long length sentences into a shortest form. It's necessary to use the contraction, because contraction can convert your statement, long length statement, into a shortest form. And fourth one point is that the use of the punctuation marks. It is very commonly and highly recommended that to use the punctuation marks, because half of your statement, half of your vocabulary, half of your words speak in your dialogue, but the half part of your punctuation show your expression, just show your wonder, show your joyness. That's why it's necessary to use the punctuation marks. And the last one point is to proper start, middle and end, because if we start a topic, and it's very necessary to write a proper dialogue, proper start, middle and end, and never distract to our topic. So it's necessary to start a proper start, middle and end. Now I am going to just, for example, a very random topic I am taking just to write a dialogue. To your friend, between your friend about about your online classes. Now you have a topic, online classes. First responsibility, just to focus on your title, that write a dialogue between your friend about your online classes. Online classes, in this if you want to write a dialogue, you have to write advantages very first, and make sure that if this one is a very positive, if your positive thing and your statement sound a positive and create a positive vibes, just to write in a positive way and just to mention advantages more than disadvantages. So that's why online classes, because it's a positive thing and it's a very good thing, that you have to be avoid the disadvantages, and you just mention a 2 or 3 disadvantages of online classes, but just make sure that you are writing and the more than advantages more than disadvantages. You just start just for example, and the most important thing, just to start a dialogue and just to use the characters that should be in a very shortest form, not to write a long length name. Most of the students just write a Snaula, it's a long length name. So that's why just to use the shortest and a very easy character name, Ali. I am going to write here Ali and just put the colon, and next name, second name is Ahmed. I am going to take it the second friend name Ahmed, then put the colon in the same sequence. So just to first thing is just to greet, just to start a dialogue with the greeting. Just for example, Ali, hi, or you can write Assalamu alaikum. And at the end put the exclamatory sign, because it show your happiness, your joyness and your greetingness, your respect. Second one, Ahmed, hello, how are you? And now put the question mark. This one is called a punctuation marks, because now in the second statement he is asking a question, and that's why you put the punctuation mark, how are you. The next person again start, and that's in this way you can start your dialogue, and in the middle you can share your experience that you are taking a online classes. You can say that it's a very beneficial for us, and through this online classes we are in the middle you can discuss your topic, that online classes. First of all you have to mention your advantages of online classes. You can say that through the online classes we are making our time very good, and we are spending a good time, we are playing our books, and that's why we also covering a lot of syllabus through the online classes, and experiencing very good experience. But if you want to highlight, because in the dialogue not only write our advantages, it's the necessary to put as well the disadvantages. So dialogue basically is a combination of advantages or the disadvantages, because if you have anything, it's not only good for you. Just for example, if I have a board marker in my hand, it's not a good for me only, it also have the disadvantages. If I open the cap of the board marker, then it can spoil my hand, it can damage my clothes. So that's why we can say that no one thing is only is a very perfect. So that's why you have to write here disadvantages as well. Through the online classes, disadvantage is that some students are not taking it serious. That's why if we use the mobiles and we just distract our attention through the use of the mobile, if we use the another social media app just to make our study very good, then we also use the another thing. That's why you can say that it's a disadvantage for the online classes, and you can say that is also. I am going to make a end just for example, just to put here, if you want to make your dialogue in a proper ending way, just to put here, okay. Allah Hafiz. This one is called a proper end. Ahmed also replies, sure, Khuda Hafiz. Make sure that your ending point is more appropriate. So this one is called a dialogue, and we discussed in a very detailed form. First of all, you just make sure that you are writing in a proper way, just to put the colon, just to use the exclamatory sign, question mark as a punctuation mark, and proper middle, proper end, and a proper start. This one is called a dialogue. Your assignment, for your assignment, you have to write a dialogue between a friends on two different topic, and just to submit to your teacher. Thank you.